Hey, Crispy Cats, what's up? Okay, welcome back to the painting live stream Crispy Cat show. Because this is how it goes. We paint, we skate. We paint, we skate. And now we're going to start doing podcast interviews, so bear with me, guys. All right, so what it is, I don't know, but that's what art is. Sorry, I'm undoing it's a painting and skating thing, remember? Okay, we're all done with that. First of all, before we get started, I just want to say really quick, those of you that like my posts, Cena, Pack, Relaxation, like all you guys, Quisreranen, I can't say your name very well, but welcome, you creator 69, you guys, thank you so much for all the likes, subscribes, and shares, comments. And the reason why I'm taking a moment to say this really quick is because sometimes I'm really bad at responding, and just know that I see them and that I respond to all of my messages and all my content on all platforms, and I get a little overwhelmed. But please don't stop, because it fills my heart with joy and it really keeps me going, and it really means a lot, you guys. Maybe I have a little bit of insecurity problems, so you guys keep me motivated, you keep me going, and you fill my heart with joy. So thank you all very, 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 very much. All right, let's get painting. As you can see, I paint in my garage, and it looks like there was a gnat or few that got on there, but we'll remove them. All we have to do is just brush them off of there. Thankfully, there is nothing set in here. Okay, let's get rolling. I hope that you all are having a fantastic Thursday. Right now we are working with refined safflower oil that I have refined myself. If you would like to know more about how to do that, you can actually find it on my channel. This is it right here. It makes a lot of it. It's a very affordable way to have a lot of oil that won't yellow on you. It's under stand oil, and then you can make a stand oil which is much thicker, like honey, out of that same batch. Okay, so I guess I'm yakking a lot because I'm thinking. Right now I have a little bit of, I'm out of burnt umber. So what I'm working with is I want a raw umber. So I'm working with burnt sienna as well as Payne's gray, about equal mixing portions on your brush. And I'm gonna take that with the tap of my oil, because I am working from thin to thick. It just makes, if you make a mistake, a lot easier. It creates a lot more dimension building up. Hi, welcome to the live. Thanks for dropping in. So we are gonna start right here, and I'm just gonna trace this green bit. There we go. We're just gonna follow that. There we go. Okie dokie. All right. And see, art is really about, you can create, let's talk about this for a minute. A banana, rotten banana, that was stapled to the wall, photographed, sold for millions, right? A NFT of a chimpanzee, sold for millions. So art isn't necessarily what it is. It's the emotion, or perhaps the commotion that it sparks. Like the Mona Lisa wasn't even actually famous until they thought somebody was going to steal it. It didn't even get stolen. They thought somebody was going to steal it. And because of the hype that was created over, hang on just a second, I can't talk. You kind of got to breathe while you paint, you know what I mean? But the hype that was created over the Mona Lisa being stolen is actually all the newspaper clippings and stuff, what made it famous. And before that, it was just a painting. It's just a painting, and yeah. So, you never know who you're going to be. And you never know who you're going to affect. Like what ripples you'll create. And what I mean by that is, when I talk about ripples, I'm talking about like the things that you say. Like, okay, for example, if I was to take a rock and I threw that rock into a pond, into a lake, right? You would see that rock ripple the water. There's a word for that, I can't remember what it is right now. But you would see the rock ripple the water. You see that circular motion coming out. And that one rock created such a disturbance in that water. Who would have thought, right? I mean, sometimes you know it's going to happen. It's going to be a big rock. You know it's going to cause a commotion. You're set. You're ready for it. But sometimes that rock might skip. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too kooks here. But my point is that you could say something to somebody one day and it be good or bad, but that one moment may stay with them for the rest of their life. Think about it. Think about, let's start with something bad, and then we'll follow it up with something good. So think of that moment in life, maybe when you were growing up, that maybe a parent or a teacher or somebody said something to you that possibly hit your pride. It hit you in the gut. It hit you really where it hurt. And that one moment maybe gave you insecurity or motivation. Who could say? It really kind of depends on what your personality is, I guess. It stuck with you until today. And you're thinking about it right now. So now let's think about something good. Okay, well, first of all, let me share with you. Like, I remember, for some reason, this always stands out to me. We had a teacher. I grew up overseas, and we had this one teacher named Mrs. Rout. And she made this girl stand up in the middle of our English of our class and tell everybody that she was a dumb American because the glue slipped and it glued something upside down. Now that will always stick with me. Granted, it wasn't something that happened to me, but for some reason that's what popped in my head first. Now, something really, really good. The first thing that pops in my head is we were at Disney World at Christmas time, and a husband and a wife that could not have children bought a bunch of these Buzz Lightyear dolls, and they gave one of them to my son, and he had been crying, and I can't remember why he was crying, but that Buzz Lightyear doll, he remembers that story to this day of their kindness. And so he brought this up the other day about how it made him feel better because he wanted to do the same thing for another crying child, essentially. And he brought up the story. So you never really, I mean, granted, these people were doing something good, but you don't know what kind of long-term effects it will have on somebody. And with art, you don't know if you're really creating art, you don't know where it's going to be hundreds of years after you're gone and what it's going to say. I mean, you maybe the shit in your day, you maybe end up being very fortunate and very good at business in these days, especially good at marketing, but maybe you don't make it in art. Maybe art isn't your jam, but you paint for fun. Who knows where your art would be after you pass away? I mean, let's take a look at Cezanne, for example. He was he was a huge perfectionist, very, very hard on himself, really aspired to be an artist all through his life and had failure after failure. And truly he was known for it being his self-doubt that held him back from really, truly, committing and putting himself out there and not saying that everything wasn't good enough, right? It wasn't until he was like in the 70s or 80s that he finally became Cezanne the artist, or started to be known as Cezanne. And if you're not familiar with Cezanne, he is known for essentially beginning the abstract movement. You can see the transition in his art. I remember reading about him, and Kandinsky is my favorite artist. And Kandinsky kind of followed up Cezanne on this. He really kind of took off the idea of painting. He really took off the idea of like the haystacks, I believe, from Van Gogh, from the Impressionists, and he really moved the abstract world into truly what abstractionism is. And the way that he did that was by turning his painting, he saw a painting actually, first of all, he was very, very moved by the painting of the haystacks. And he found out that it's called kinesthesis, where you can see, or you have certain senses that are connected. So for him, visual senses, thank you for liking the live, welcome. Visual senses are connected to his audio senses. So he can see shapes, color, he can see art in his mind when he listens to music, or he could. And so that was the reason for him painting all of his compositions, which he became so well known for. But in getting to that point of when he began that kind of style of artwork, he was actually painting a lot of landscapes. And then that day he turned the landscape over on its side. It was on its side, and he was looking at it from across the room, and he saw it completely different. And that is really what revolutionized Kandinsky's artwork. So right now I'm still working with the burnt sienna, as well as The paint's great, and the reason for that is I am out of raw umber, and so I had to make it. Truth be told. And then up under here, you see that dark bit? That's actually some French ultramarine that's shining through. So I'm kind of digging that. I think we will continue that right in through this blue area here. All right. So my point is that you never know who you're going to affect and in which way, good or bad. And so our words have so much meaning, they have so much power. And if you don't believe me, I mean, the whole universe was pretty much pretty much created, proven at least, that it was created off of a sound. So I think we should have more thought into what it is that we say. Because, hang on, I gotta paint. And then whenever I move my hand, or speaking, I'll move my hand. I think we need to have more thought into what we commit into saying. And the reason for it, thank you. Aw, thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Jill. Thanks for coming in. It's awesome to have. I'm not British, and so I know I don't sound as cool as you. But anyway, I just feel like use your voice, if you will. Thank you for that, Jill. Use, where you got to be, share and give back to people, and be aware of what comes out of your mouth, as well as what goes into it. If you're gonna eat that hamburger and then turn around and eat the ice cream, you're gonna get fat if you're gonna do it every day, right? Aw, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You're very cool and very talented. I don't know, you got more stuff to say. I'm over here talking about art. Like, at least your stuff is quite entertaining and present, very present. I like that it's newsy. You get the scoop on your channel. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Yes. But I don't know. You know what, Jill? And you are like this. You're here right now. And so I appreciate you. Thank you. And you're here right now, and I'm a small channel, much, much smaller than you. And so I think that it's pretty stinking awesome that you stopped by and supported me. So thank you. And I feel like that's what I mean, guys. Like, just taking them, and I'm not saying, hey, you got to come support me, which is great. Thank you for that. If you do, you're amazing. But, however, I feel like you gotta put out, reap what you sow. Son of a gun, why can I think of it? Reap what you sow. And I feel like I want to interview some people on some quantum physics stuff. I know I probably don't sound like I'm super interested in things like that with my roller skating videos, but I am. You will overtake me before long. Yeah, right. Highly doubted, Jill, but humongous compliment. Like, only the day. If only the day. You guys have some interesting stuff happening where you're at. Are you in the UK? I know. I follow that I feel like you are definitely like you talk about cool stuff that's changing every day, Jill. And there's always something current. I don't know, like I feel like, and you're on top of it. Yeah, Nottingham, England right now. Oh, that's cool. So I've been kind of following your royal family news. I can't get enough. I'm committed, man. It's fascinating. It is fascinating. I don't know. I like all kinds of stuff, especially if it has anything to do with what most people would say is what's it called? I'm painting at the same time, so I'm at lack of words. When, oh my gosh, why can't I think of it? When people say things that are not, oh my gosh, like aliens. Why can't I think of it? Not a stereotype, but like aliens, like the Illuminati. Why can't I think of it? Because I'm so obsessed with it. I like read about it every day, like the stuff that Joe Rogan posts. I'm into it. Oh, you do? Okay, you guys, if you watch this and you don't look at the chat, refer back to the chat because you totally should, because Chill has a video coming out soon about the King and Princesses of Wales having operate. Oh my God. See, it's like, this is what I want to do. I want to interview people. Like, I would love to interview you. If you get your video together, if you're up for an interview afterwards to talk about it, I'd love to. I'm trying to, I want to do a podcast, or I have a podcast right now, and right now it's just like chill sounds. And basically I go to the beach where it's raining and I record it, and for some reason you guys like it. I guess I like it too. I have actually been listening to it at night. But I want a podcast where I interview people. It is what it is. But we'll see. I am actually doing one this week. I did film part of it the other day about stem cell vitamin therapy. Fascinating stuff, let me tell you. Stem cell vitamin therapy. So that podcast should be coming out. He has to like do something to his office because since we're doing video too, and then we're gonna finish it off. But we did most of the interview. Fascinating stuff. It's crazy. Like I never even thought about stem cells actually being alive. But apparently, I know that may sound like I'm a dummy to most people, or some people, I don't know. Hopefully not most. But anyways, long story short, they are living and they stay alive for up to 100 years in a cryogenic freezer. What? I don't know, y'all. I just think that okay, so here's what they do. They have donors, and these people, I guess, willingly, you know, if you have a baby in the hospital, they're like, do you want to keep it, eat it, make it a tree, or I guess like donate it to science. And if you choose science, this is one of the options that happens. Yeah, I totally lost somebody that was on here a minute. I'm like, they do. They ask you if you want to eat it. I'm like, what exactly does that entail? But I was horrified. And I'm sorry if I offend anybody, but I think that this is a thing. I'm not eating any placenta, but whatever. But yes, I am doing a podcast interview with this guy, and they are doing this stem cell vitamin treatment therapy. But I would love to interview you if you're down for it, that would be cool. I can definitely, we could come up with something if you're interested that would highlight your channel. There we go. I just think it's fun, and I want to give back to content creators too. Aw, thank you. That would be awesome. That would be super cool. What time is it there on the across the pond? What time is it? I need, you know what? 17:20. Okay, so it's 5:20 in Merkin. That's cool. So, okay. So that's actually, I guess that makes sense because that's about how long it would take to fly there as well. I grew up in the Middle East actually, and yeah, I went to nursing school at one point, but I dropped out. And I have a trick. So like you take, anyway, forget it. But long story short, I grew up in the Middle East. That has nothing to do with nursing school. I have ADD, artist deficit disorder, but it's actually like confirmed. Anyway, and when we would go through, when I say the Middle East, I don't mean like the Far East United States. I mean like Abu Dhabi and Dubai and Muscat, Oman. My parents lived in Doha for a while after I left. I had two options. I could either go basically and live with my grandmother when they moved to Saudi Arabia because the school was not big enough to like accommodate, or they were like adding on a year every year. It was not fully developed yet for the American school there. So I could go either live with my grandmother or go to boarding school in Switzerland. And I chose to go live with my grandmother. In hindsight, why did I not go to Switzerland? It was a school called Lacing. I think it was a pretty freaking cool school. I don't know what the hell I was doing. Far too hot for me over there in Ginger Valley. Yeah, it was so hot. So in the summertime, actually, people come back to wherever they're from. And I say that because, I went to school with people from Europe, from the United States, from Australia, lots of people from Australia. Where else? People from, I would say mostly British, Australian, Indian, and American people went to our school. And so it was a very probably unique experience. You had to be an expatriate to go to school there. And or an expat, whatever. I don't know if I'm saying the right thing or not. Oh, that was a close one. Anyway, so you had to be. So like we went to school with a bunch of really interesting individuals. Like a lot of diplomats' children went to school with us, and it was just a very interesting place. But I was unaware of it, and we just wanted to go. We wanted like Western civilization, like all of us kids. We wanted to go to the mall, and we wanted to go to the movies that spoke English, and for us Americans, drink things like Dr. Pepper. And so that was a big deal. And that was one cool thing about going to Dubai, was even though it was basically 5 buildings in a desert at the time, they still had a lot of things that you could get from England, from Australia, from the United States, such as Dr. Pepper. So anyway, we would all travel there, and mostly for softball before I was living there, because we didn't live in Dubai for terribly long. We lived in Abu Dhabi and Oman for the most part, but softball was a big deal. And so all the families would play softball and on tournaments, and we would meet with all the other families from Dubai and Saudi Arabia and Doha, pretty much the whole Middle East, all the way to like Egypt is on this softball team. The same softball team essentially, and they all play each other all year. And because you have no family there, you have each other, and that's what everybody did. We all, like literally every weekend, we all went to the softball field. And I sucked, which sucked because nobody wanted me on their team. That sucked. And but yeah, and my dad's Persian, so he was like kind of into it, but like not 100. My mom's Texan. Yes, that is a whole other nationality, civilization of its own. And so I'm Persian or Texaranian, I guess you could say. But anyways, so my dad, like, he kind of got into it. I mean, like, he played, but really, like, I had to play soccer growing up. He was the soccer coach. So essentially, I played softball long enough to be able to catch. Thanks for the smileys. I played softball long enough to catch and got hit in the lip, and I was done. And then my dad, we played football. That's what my dad called it. And I always had to go watch all the tournament. Like, you know how people go and watch, like, I don't know, American football here. Like, we watched, like, I don't know, like Dubai and the Emirates and everywhere else play. So I don't know. I didn't grow up watching the Super Bowl, if you will. I don't know. I don't know why I'm even talking about this. I guess because you guys are here, and thank you for being here. What's up? So again, I dipped my brush into a little bit of oil and see how that's the reason why you paint thin to thick, because you want all the pigment on top. Otherwise, your painting is going to crack. But yeah, so I grew up in the Middle East. And then, but man, like going to school at Lacing, like I went to school at Permian High School in Odessa, Texas for my senior year. That was a whole completely new experience. I mean, like I'm talking about, like, you know, my dad didn't do football and all that stuff. And if you guys have ever been familiar with a show called Friday Night Lights, it's also a book, and it's literally, there's nothing in Texas, in this part of Texas, except for oil and football. That's the only reason why you would know what this place is. And so that is where I ended up going to my senior year of high school. And that's what everybody did every weekend. Like, even the adults, if they wanted to go out on like a Saturday or a Friday night, this is what the adult entertainment would consist of, is going to a kid's high school football game. Sorry, I'm reaching for my cadmium red here. Kids football game. That is how they get so into it that there's the Midland is about 20 miles away, but you can still see it because Texas is so flat. And anyway, they're the rivals. Midland Lee is there, and they get so into it that they put paw prints, because you know we're the Permian Panthers. They put paw prints all the way to Midland Lee, like a week before the football game. This is a prime event, y'all. That is really popular over there. People know, like here, if their kids are involved. Exactly. That's how I feel about it. I think it's really dumb otherwise. I don't know. I have to say, I don't know. Beats me. But at this point, I'm just kind of yakking, and I'm so sorry. At this point, I'm just over here yakking. What's up? Welcome to the live. Oh, they left again. Hello, goodbye. I'm thinking, I don't know. One day, I'm just going to go live forever and see how many subscribers I can finally get. If it actually works or not. You think it'll work? Probably not. But I mean, like, Mr. Beast counted to how much? And like, people watch that. I think I would go nuts watching that. Or like the watermelon rubber band thing. People were forgetting to pick up their kids. I don't think I could do that. Give them the bread, circuses, and they'll never revolt whenever I think. That's really funny. Yes, exactly. That is so funny. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot what color I had on my brush. Okay. Exactly. You know, I feel like, yes, precisely, my dear. Precisely. You should try other live stream platforms. I know, like, what kind of live stream would you suggest? Like, I have Twitch, but I don't know how to use it. I have Discord, but I kind of embarrassed myself on that recently. I accidentally posted to somebody else's Discord. This content does well on D-Live. D-Live! Oh, okay. What up, D-Live? I'm going to write that down. I will definitely check into that. I have never heard of that. Let me write that down. Where's my pencil? Here we go. D-Live. Okay. I will check into that for sure. Thanks for the heads up. Do you D-Live? Because I don't know. I heard that people are doing that, and I did not actually until I saw yours do the built by Patriots by. Oh, cool. Well, that's really awesome. I'm definitely going to check that out then. Sweet. I'm definitely going to check it out. I didn't even realize that you could do live on Twitter actually until I saw where you guys did. Sorry for Patriots, it's an American platform mostly. Oh, I don't care. I don't care at all. Does not bother me. I mean, I feel like some people are just so crazy one way that they don't even see that they're crazy. You know what I mean? I'm like, you guys. Anyway, anywho, I am going to run, Mr. Chill, because I gotta get some other stuff done, but I'm probably gonna go live again here later. If not on here, I'm gonna check out this D-Live. I will let you know. Great to have Kyle. Oh, I am so extremely glad that you are here. Thank you so much. And I'm totally serious. I want to interview you. If can I contact you on your Twitter or your email? I will try to. You don't have to answer that, so you don't have to answer that live. But I have a few ideas for you. I have a proposition that would highlight you. And I just want to say thank you so much for being here. And you guys, thank you all for being here and for shooting the shit with me for about an hour, 40 minutes. And if you just came in, I will be back on here painting and chit-chatting about God only knows what later. So please turn on your notification bell. If you just left, never mind. Anyway, keep it crispy, cats. I will be back either on here or on what is the other one? TikTok or D Live. You never know, but I'll let you know. Keep it crispy. Peace out. Bye, chill.